And we're live. What's up? I am coming to you from Fullerton, California today, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what life's like to be a freelancer on an average day when you're not working and what you do. So right now I'm actually prepping a little bit for a live event I have tomorrow, which is a Christmas Eve service for my church. I think I've noticed that most freelancers, well, not most, I guess it depends, but generally speaking, not all freelancers have religious ties like I do, which is kind of interesting. Some do, but I am Christian. I go to a church regularly. I'm a member at a church, and I serve at the church doing music. And on this particular church service, I'm going to be serving as a multicam director, and I'm going to be bringing a lot of my gear. And so that's kind of what I've been focused on and talking about. And so in this video, I'm going to be just showing you what an average day is when I'm not on set. I'm at home doing stuff, and so I don't know how entertaining or boring this video is going to be, but hey, I've made a commitment to go live and produce videos as often as I can, and I thought, hey, why not produce a live video of me fixing stuff in the garage and cooking and that kind of stuff. So here we are. The first thing I want to show you is this interesting cable. It's a DIN to SDI cable, and I bought this on Amazon. I bought actually 4 of these, and 3 out of the 4 always seem to work, and the last one I've returned and got a new one, didn't work again, sent it back. So this is the 6th one I got, and so 4 out of the 6 finally worked. That's what I need, is 4 of these to make this live setup work for what I'm doing. So anyways, yeah, this is actually the bad one that I'm going to return. And for some reason, these DIN connections aren't, or maybe it's the brand that I'm buying. They're not always that quality, which is interesting. So, yeah. So what else am I doing? I'm in my house. I don't know if you hear it in the background, but I'll walk over to the kitchen here, and I'm actually cooking a meal. It's sausage on the grill right now, on the burner top. And my wife's a much better cook than I am, but there's an old family recipe that I use to make pasta, and that's something I have pretty regularly. So I just stepped into my garage, and over on this side of the world, let me see if I can flip this camera around, or if it's not going to let me. Maybe, maybe not. Oh wait, there we are. I have a pile of cables now. We have SDI BNC cables, and we have XLRs, and one of the things I'm working on right now, I got some new XLRs I used at my wedding. Timer done. I gotta go check on the food. Repeat, because I'll forget. I got some XLRs, and they came, I used them at my wedding, and so I had a couple people who aren't very technical wrap my cables up with some tape. And this is a big no-no. This is a very bad thing to have, because now I have gunk on these cables. And so instead of just using tape, we use these Velcro ties. And these ties kind of go around to make it look neat. Here, I'll show you what it looks like when it's completed. And these Velcro ties hold the cable together and make life easy. Now, what I've also learned to do, instead of having this loop over itself a bunch of times like it is right now, I'll take this down and I'll actually cut the Velcro tie to the correct length so that there's less hassle getting cables around. So anyways, I had 4 XLRs, and 3 of them, I believe, I have to go over and clean up. And so the way I'm going to clean that up, there's 2 cables here. Let me see if I can separate these without making too much of a mess. I'm essentially going to take this cable, spray it down with your handy dandy goop off, let it sit for a second, and then take this cloth and wipe off the residue. So that's kind of one of the projects I have going on in my garage. I have some cheap walkie-talkies that I have charging, which will be good. Some crappy headsets for them. You can tell they've seen better days, but they're also like $10 a walkie, so it's not too bad. So yeah, so what else am I going to do? I'm also going to join some cables together with some, there it is, of this shrink wrap. This is 1-inch black shrink wrap tubing, and that will essentially take one cable and join it to another cable so that it's 2 runs in one, so I can do less work. Now, you probably, if you're not technically minded or you don't have a production background, you might wonder why you would want 2 cables in one run. The biggest is because Blackmagic has... I'll call my wife back. Am I back live yet? It says I am. There I am. Yeah, my wife was calling me. I'll call her right back. But yeah, so Blackmagic cameras, they have a return. So that, you know, SDI goes out of the camera. Oops. And it goes into a switchboard. But I have a new switcher that can essentially... I have a switcher that can control the camera. And so that's essentially what I'm doing, is joining 2 cables so I can have a return line to the Blackmagic to control it. So anyways, I'm going to call my wife back and not be a butt. I just wanted to show you that little thing that I'm doing. Oh, and that screeching is because of this cool burner top right here. So I'm going to walk away from it so you don't have your ears be annoyed. I'm actually wearing some hearing plugs because I hate the sound of it when it's going. So anyways, that's what I'm up to today, fixing up some cable, joining some cables together. I'm also, the last thing I'll show you, I'm actually kitting out my rig a little bit better. I bought this cool, nifty setup so I can take SDI in and not have to reach into the back of the box that I have for the Blackmagic setup. And so actually I'm going to do a whole video about the box that I made, because there's an awesome Blackmagic 4K production television switcher, but there's not a lot of cases and gear that actually support that unit. And so I made a custom one, and that's one of the things I'm using to create that custom case, and it's actually working out pretty well so far. We're going to test it tomorrow, do some BTS of behind the scenes of the event itself, and kind of maximize on that piece of gear. So anyways, sorry I'm moving around a lot. That's just part of today, is bouncing around trying to get stuff done. I'm going to go to the church and drop off some equipment today, and then I'm going to a Christmas party later with some friends from my church, a small group, a Bible study group. So anyways, I hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope you guys have a happy holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. And oh, there goes my phone. This gimbal. Sometimes it wants to work. I'm almost done. So anyways, that's the power of live, is sometimes stuff goes wrong. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good holiday season, and we'll catch you later. Hasta luego.